Okay, so this is for section U.9. So this is, it's not, I wouldn't say harder. It's just a little bit trickier. So I'm going to try and do this one really slow. So here they want the measure of angle E. So what they want is this angle right here. And they want to know how big it is. So central angles, we said match. So do you see how E is the center of the circle? So this angle will match this arc. They should have the same measurement, the same angle. Okay. Now we don't know this one, but we do have this 55. So see how the 55, the point is on the circle? That's called an inscribed angle. These are half as big as this. So if this is 55, that's half the size of this one. So always remember that the outside should be bigger if it's on the here. So we're going to multiply by 2. So 55 times 2 is 110. Well, remember, these two match. So if this is 110, this is 110. Okay, so they're both 110. So this one, we're given the central angle. So remember, the central angle matches the outside. So if this is 134, this is 134. They are the same. But they're asking for FGH. So they're asking for this angle right here. So remember that this one is always going to be smaller, and it should look smaller. Like that looks like a small angle. So you have to divide instead of multiplying. So you take the 134, you divide it by 2, and you get 67. So if you ever have a circle, this is littler and this is bigger. So if you would have taken the 134 and you would have multiplied by 2 instead, that would have been bigger. So you know you did it wrong, so just divide instead of that. So always just make sure that this one ends up bigger than this one. Okay, so here's a trickier one. The tricky part to me is always figuring out what part they want you to know. So here it says, what is the measure of angle QSR? So QSR, if you follow along, is asking for that. That's why I put a star there. So that's the angle that we're looking for. But we don't have anything related to this so far. Like we don't have this angle. We don't have this angle. So we need to look at what we do have. So we have this 56. This one's a little tricky to see, but if you look at the 56 and you trace it, you know something about this part right here. Okay, so if you trace it with your finger, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. So see how this is an inscribed angle? Its point is on the circle. That means that it's half as big as this part right here. So we have to multiply. Remember, this is the little one, this is the big one. So if you multiply by 2, you get 112. So that tells you this part is 112. Okay, if 112 goes here, then what else do we know? Well, we know that if this is 112, this is also 112 because they match. It's a central angle. So see that right there? If that's 112, that's 112. Okay, so see how this part here makes a straight line? All straight lines add up to 180. So remember, our goal is to find the star. Well, 112 and the star have to add up to 180. So 112 plus x equals 180. If you subtract 112 on both sides, you get x equals 68, and that's the angle measure that we want. Remember, you're also only getting to 60% on these. You don't have to get all the way up to 100%.